talking about what kind of colors affect your mood, and we talk about new age therapy called color therapy.
Before we do that, what's your favourite colour?
Myself?
Yeah.
Well, definitely not pink, that's for sure.
Okay, what is your favourite colour?
I'm more of a red kind of person.
You like, funnily enough, my favourite colour is red as well, yes.
You are passionate.
We are
also
both
Chinese.
Very passionate, that's right. But you know what? In the studio today, to tell us a little bit more about colours and what they mean, we've got Erliana Muhammad Noor, the production executive of the Colour Vibration Therapy, and of course our good friend Cheong, the clinical psychologist, who's going to be telling us a little bit about how people react to colours as well. Thank you both very much for coming in today.
Excellent. Clinical psychologist from Sunway University, yes. And you've done some great work working with children in terms of, and also disorders such as autism and all that, yeah? So first of all, let's go on to colour assessment.
Well, I want to say, first of all, what's my colour? Can you tell?
All right, in colour therapy, that thing you should be diagnosed first, because we cannot define that, okay, this is...
So you don't just look at someone and kind of go...
it doesn't mean that you, okay, I look at you, okay, it said, okay, you are purple. No.
Oh, no wonder.
We have to diagnose
right,
first.
okay. How do you diagnose somebody's colour?
Okay, basically we are using applied kinesiology, which is hand muscles techniques.
Hand muscle techniques?
Yes. So you have to place your hand like this one.
Okay, like this.
So, and then there will be one of your practitioner, or the practitioner will be try to press your hand down.
Okay.
If your hand is something like, you know, your hand is strong, that is your individual, your personal colour.
Okay.
If that one, I mean, when you try to pull the things, I mean, your hand down and your hand goes down, so that one is not your individual colour.
Right, and so while they're doing this, they'll flash different colours at you, right? Or,
yes.
Yes.
So that one is one more thing. So you have to focus. Okay, for example, like, okay, we want to diagnose your individual colour, because in colour therapy we have 4 basically individual colour, which is white, pink, blue, and also greens. So this different colour will shows your character, shows your attitude, and then show how the way you're thinking, and then as well as the major and the minor potential disease that can be affect you in future.
The diseases as well.
Yes.
Wow.
So now the theory of colour therapy. Let's work on that as well. According to the theory, colours will help diagnose the problems that you have, and also help to counteract these particular problems.
Correct. For example, okay, that one is the individual colour. That one is, I mean, in a 4 sub-colours. But in the terms of how to diagnose, okay, for the more in a diagnosis, I mean, of the disease, okay, that one we have to for example, like head, they have their own colour. For example, white. That one we have subdivided into 7 colours, which is based on our rainbow colours.
Oh, I see.
You mean white itself, there's another 7 colours, or
that one is 7 colours. For example, white, indigo, and then there will be pink, there will be green. For example, like in your respiratory system, in your chest here, there will be a green. So for example, like you have, maybe you have chest problem, maybe you have everything with this kind of chest or lung.
So green people would have chest.
You have to maybe a therapy of, you have to look at the green colour, or we have our own formula which we will give it to you. Maybe sometimes because you're busy of working and everything, we don't have such time to look at the green things and everything, is it? So sometimes we give you a formula that we already beam it to the energy of the colours inside.
Wow. So you actually beam colours into people?
Yes,
exactly. To cure them of diseases?
Yes.
How can you transfer the colour into...
It doesn't mean that transfer the colour, okay. Actually, we transfer the energy of the flowers.
Well, because light is, I mean, it's a vibration, right?
It's a wave,
Yes, it's more to the vibration. So we are convert the energy of this flower, because we are believe, okay, in every single organ in our body, they have, for example, like heart, they have their own flower, have own colour that can treat the illnesses.
I see. Okay, well, we want to hold that thought first. Let's go towards more of the psychology side. Yeah, I mean, you've been working as a clinical psychologist for quite some time. How do you incorporate colours when you treat people emotionally?
Well, first of all, I don't incorporate colours in my treatment. But colours can affect a person. Okay, like what we have been saying just now before this is that each individual have certain perception over different colours, and this is built throughout your experience. So when you look at certain colours, you will think of certain things.
You're reminded of certain things.
I think I read somewhere that every single human being sees colours slightly differently. Almost like a fingerprint.
Very true.
So the colour that I see as red or green may not be quite the same as what you see.
Red or green.
Which is why I might like red better than you, because to you red doesn't look as cool or whatever.
Either that or you're colourblind.
Or I'm colourblind, that's right,
That could be it. So it's more of a sort of remembering imprints, yeah?
Yeah, but there are certain colors which has got higher attribution to certain things. Like for example, like blue tends to, or darker blue tend to be associated with something which is a little bit subdued, slightly sadder kind of an emotion.
Can colors affect your emotions? So I know there's a lot of theory on like painting buildings or walls
to certain color to lighten the mood.
To a certain extent, yes. Now, but it's also the perspective that you see. Like for example, if you paint a house like beige or white color, it looks brighter, and technically you will feel brighter. Okay. Exactly. So you won't want to paint your entire house in gloomy blue. It is like when you're in a four-season environment, during winter you tend to feel gloomy.
I see.
Yeah.
From a scientific point of view, I know that we know there's a lot of documentation, a lot of research on aromatherapy, on things like that right now. They say that smells affect people, sights affect people. Even for certain medical procedures, they use light, right, to flashes of light, or they use light to affect things on the skin. Can coloured lights affect people's, or the energy from light?
Well, basically what Will's trying to say is different colours also have different vibrations. Will it affect the person? Yeah.
Technically, in a physiological sense, the effect would not be that large. Okay. Now, when you talk about the spectrum of light, we are talking about a wide range, and colour is probably just a small portion of it. Yeah. When you talk about X-ray, that's also a light vibration. Now that is a far difference from what the kind of light that we see. Now, those vibrations, yes, it would affect us.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the cases you guys have treated with colour therapy?
Exactly.
Okay, there are a few of cases, but I give you a few of example. For example, like emotional trauma. Okay, basically the emotional trauma is more associated with the emotional. So the emotional is in a pink color, in a level of pink color.
Oh, okay.
So basically, when people who are having, stress and everything, we advise you to look at the pink color. So maybe you will feel more calm, more, because pink shows something like lovings. Loving. So you will be more, relaxed and calm.
Well, that's a bit of perception, of psychological perception.
Now that's debatable, because what if you have a traumatic event which is related to pink?
Or let's say when you were young. Well, no.
Like Naz attacks you.
No, honestly,
wearing a pink shirt.
Let's say you were a young boy, yeah. And I'm here in this pink shirt, and I go, "Hello, how are you?" And you have a bad experience.
It really wouldn't matter what colour you wear. I think it would still be a traumatic experience.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You don't know what I'm capable of.
Exactly.
But at the same time, now every time you look at pink, you're reminded of this particular episode. Is that what you're trying to denote? Yeah. So how does colour therapy counteract this?
You know what?
To test
Funnily enough, I do have to say, I know that people who do things like meditation and that kind of stuff, I know that they always say that when you want to calm or self-empower, a lot of them say visualize pink clouds around you is for nurturing. So I guess, in those sort of terms, or what are some of the other ones that are used? You mentioned green earlier to do with lungs, is it, or chests?
Okay, that one is more for that one, for example, like you have lung, you have respiratory problem.
Right.
So we advise you to look at the green color. For example, you always having discomfort at your stomach or in your digestive system. Sorry. So when you look over at the green, yellow color, because digestive system is more to yellow color. So when you look at the yellow color, and then maybe you eat something which is yellow, yeah, something that want to try to resolve the things, try to resolve the problems.
Does this have anything to do with chakras?
Chakra, yeah, there are a few of chakra, but we are
it's
more...
not quite the same sort of thing.
But we are more to vibration, actually.
Okay.
What do you think about this, Dr. Cheong?
Now, the thing is that what I feel in this situation is it is still debatable. Most of the research that I've been reading on so far indicates that this form of therapy is only an alternative therapy. Yeah. So I would still advise to make sure that your diagnosis is correct.
And still go to a doctor as well, of course. If symptoms persist, make sure you see a physician. Can I ask you one thing, though, from a psychological point of view? If a person really does believe that you know, that colour therapy will help them. You know, if you say to them, hey, you know what, if you stare at this green, it will help you. Will that have a positive effect?
It will work.
It will work.
It's just mind over matter, yes?
Yes, correct. So it is really, when you go for therapy, it's how much you believe in therapy as well. But at the same time, you do need to look at some research reliability. Okay,
and
so
not just
before you just jump into the conclusion,
and not just depend on the placebo-like effect.
Correct.
So, all right. Now let's work on this particular theory. Yeah, that color therapy insists that energy. You can't destroy energy, basically. You just can transform it into different forms, yes? And the theory goes that diseases in your body is a form of energy.
Yes.
And color therapy is supposed to transform this energy via your body.
Yes, correct.
Can you elaborate more on this particular
theory?
Basically,
basically when our eyes, look at the light with the color, it will convert it into a form of energy. So, there is a research which is my prof have done before.
Well, technically it does. I mean, the light enters your eyes, it will hit the retina, it will be changed into an electronic signal which goes to the brain. So technically energy.
For example, you look at the green color.
Yes.
So this green color will transform, the vibration of this color will transform into energy in energy forms.
Okay.
So this energy will travel to our nervous system, which then will affect our all body's functions. So by the way, also our skin also can become one of the, the
receptors,
the receptors of the vibration.
So you don't
of
actually
the
have to see the color, you can actually sort of feel the color.
When we see the color, we can feel the vibrations. We can feel the vibrations. So when our body have been introduced with this vibration of this color, it can proceed. It can used to be, there will be a slight changes at our hormonal and our cellular cells.
Right.
Yeah. So that one will become, for example, like for example, we have an imbalanced hormone. So it will try to reposition back our hormone, the things which is imbalanced in our body in the position back in the normal position.
So can you achieve this effect by wearing the colors?
Okay, one is by wearing the color. That's why, because I'm wearing blue today, because today Wednesday is the blue.
Oh, Wednesday's a blue day.
Wednesday is the blue
okay.
day.
Okay. Well, tell us the days. Tell us the days.
Monday you have to wear white. So then you have because why we use the colors, every day based on the significance of this color, because we want to get an extra energy.
Okay.
Monday is white. Okay, Tuesday is pink and violet.
All right.
Okay, if you don't prefer pink, then you can pick. So then you can.
Well, it's Wednesday somewhere.
So on Wednesday, blue.
Blue. Okay.
So and on Thursday is orange or yellow.
All right.
So and on Friday is green color, and on Saturday is red, and on Sunday is black color.
So it's black.
Black Sundays.
And does this work for everybody?
Yes.
Regardless of your personal color.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, okay.
I still sense some skepticism. Actually, I'm quite skeptical myself because it's something new for me. No, I'll be honest right here. How about blind people who cannot see color? Will they be deprived of this particular therapy because they cannot sense color the way
or do they just get it all through the skin?
Okay. For let's say they cannot, they cannot perceive the color. We have our own formula actually, because we already convert the things into a medium of sucrose and aromatherapy oil.
So then you have oils, colored oils.
Yes, we have our own formula which is in the medium of sucrose and aromatherapy oil, which is our aromatherapy oil is slightly different, which the things aromatherapy can be drink, can we apply into the skins, and we can have a bath with the aromatherapy oil.
Honestly,
to get the vibrations.
We would love to take this further, especially taking your counts as well. But we've unfortunately run out of time. So in the end, let's wrap up this particular interview. Color therapy, let's not mistake it as mainstream therapy. It's alternative. Please still do check with your doctor as well. And as for the emotional side, what would you like to say to the viewers in terms of color therapy?
It does affect your emotion, but it really depends on your attribution to certain colors. So it is not that when you wear blue and you'll be blue for the entire day.
All right.
It's a personal preference, basically. Whatever has a vibration with you, I guess, on a psychological, emotional level. But again, if people want to find out more about these procedures, do you guys have a website?
Okay, you can go to our website at www.cvtherapy.com.my, or you can call our office 0355108688.
Okay. And of course, from your point of view, as you mentioned, people should always check with their doctors as well. If you do have a problem, you know, don't just wear yellow and eat a banana. Go and check.
Well, let's just say if it's cancer, don't just go for color therapy. That's all. Let's try all avenues. Of course, it's for your own well-being after all. Thank you very much, ladies, for something very new. I'm going to do some reading myself, actually, and either to refute it or to continue wearing pink. Let's see whether it affects me.
Well, I would have become very, very scared of pink by now, but luckily, thanks to you, you've saved pink for me. Don't worry.
Thank you very, very much.
Okay.
All right.